am Charmaine Forde, and this is my, oh my gosh, first interview. Right now, Charmaine Forde is the master of two projects. The first one, which is, well, they're both dear to my soul. But the first one is my own radio show, The Charmaine Forde Show, which is on More FM 104.7. And every quarter of the year, I do a concert. And this one is my other brand, which is called We Kinda Jazz. And it's We Kinda Jazz this Christmas. Celebration time again this Christmas. But the radio show is on Sundays right now on More FM 104.7. And I interview celebrities, which is our staple segment, celebrity guests. And then we have Let's Talk About It, because that's the name of the theme song, Let's Talk About It. So the Let's Talk About It segments are whether it's talking about real estate, business, finance, makeup, fashion, beauty, different things. And then I have a segment for health, which is the TCFS, the Charmaine Forde Show, Health Matters. So we have professionals come in, doctors will come in and talk about whether it's prostate cancer, skin cancer, breast cancer, or different health issues. So we tend to want to talk about things that people hardly ever talk about. So we bring those topics up. And we are innovative, we're educational, we're informative, and we bring awareness to people of Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, and the rest, and around the world, of things people hardly ever talk about. So that's the talk show in a nutshell. It's on Sundays for right now. My goal is to get it on every day of the week, but it's on Sundays from 12 to 2. And moving on to We Kinda Jazz is our Christmas celebration event. Now, We Kinda Jazz is a brand that brings different shows. So it could be We Kinda Jazz this Christmas. It could be We Kinda Jazz This Generation, featuring young people of this generation in music. It could be We Kinda Jazz Love Songs. So this time is We Kinda Jazz celebration time again this Christmas. And it's going to be at the UDECOTT building, the Government Plaza Downtown, Port of Spain, on Saturday, December 17th. So you are all invited. Get your tickets soon. $350 for each ticket. And we start at 7 p.m. sharp. On this show, wow, Dane Gulston, his son Daniel Gulston, Marilyn Williams, the singer that made that very famous song, Ribbons, Clifford Charles, Tony Paul, Los Amigos Cantadores, Harang, and Charmaine Forde. On drums is Jonathan Hensley. We have Rodney Alexander on bass and Emile Fortune on keyboards. So it's an eclectic group. It's a great group of musicians who stand on their own. So it's going to be really, really good on Saturday, December 17th. Charmaine Forde is doing great. I'm living life like it's golden. Have you ever heard of that? Living life like it's golden. I'm confident in what I do. I'm confident in my skin. I'm just going out there and grabbing every opportunity that I get. Well, I've always been like that, but now that I'm a particular age, well, we won't get into that. Let's switch up. Now that I'm a particular age, I'm just easing and breezing through different things and concentrating on these two brands, We Kinda Jazz and the Charmaine Forde Show. Yeah, living life like it's golden. I'm just doing anything and everything I want to do that's legally allowed. Trying to find a husband. Should I say that on air? Yeah. So you could recommend, I'll screen a few people. How's that? Listen, Charmaine Forde is still young and vital and, you know, happening. So why not? You know? She's bold, she's fierce. So I'm taking everything, I'm taking all the bulls by the horn, and I'm going with it, I'm jumping with it. So I'm happy in my life. I just moved back to Trinidad. Well, I still live in West Palm Beach, Florida, United States of America, but I'm here as well. So I've retired from the day job thing and sort of retired from, that's not a good word to use, but it is what it is. From, you know, doing the gigs, a lot of gigs in country clubs and all that stuff. So I just want to do my shows and then push my radio show to the highest limit it can go. So I'm a little more laid back, but still, you know, a go-getter, like I've always been. I started off with a song, a cover of a classic song by a singer called Bobby Caldwell. And the name of the song was What You Want to Do for Love. So Michael Boothman, when I met Michael Boothman through Schofield Pilgrim and Ronald Acquie, meeting Michael Boothman and hearing my voice, he says, let's do something. And he came up with What You Want to Do for Love, the cover. I guess you wanna wear them, that song. And that song gave me, well, I became a household name with that song. And the flip side of that song was the words were written by Carl Jacobs and produced by Michael Boothman, Waiting for Love. Ooh, life is so lonely, love is gone, and I am but only waiting for someone just like you. Yeah, that song. And that propelled me into stardom. But even before that, I was doing my own television programs. I had a program called A Touch of Charm. So that was kind of around that same time and then after. And it was pretty much like what the radio show is now, interviewing and having special guests on and things like that. But What You Want to Do for Love is the song that people would remember that's synonymous with the name Charmaine Forde. What You Want to Do for Love. And that I started as a teenager in this business with some of the greats. You know, I came way after Carol Addison.
Shine, baby, shine, up and see where you're going to. Shine, baby, shine, up for you.
And Mavis John and Nadia Lafon and Jennifer Pekira, they were all out before me.
Hey, my baby, how about a little love? I wanna make love to you. If it's the last thing I do, I wanna make love to you.
I was still in school and Michael heard me sing and came to talk to my parents, especially my mom. So when we start to do the song and we do the circuit, you know, I've had to have permission to go out and do that. So when people hear about Charmaine Forde, they think, oh, I remember her back in the day. Back in the day, I was pretty young. So I'm still young. So it puts a particular spin on age, but I started really as a fresh teen, you know, and when I did that song, I think I just turned 19. I think. I don't remember what year that was, but nonetheless, it was the big hit for me, my big break. Well, I left Trinidad in the early 80s. Well, even before that, I went to live in Jamaica. I started off in Martinique, because I was doing tours there and singing there. Then went to Jamaica. From Jamaica, I went to California, United States. And well, Toronto, California, then to, Canada, back to United States. And I stayed there I've been out of Trinidad for almost 40 years. Probably 40 years by now. I haven't left United States. I'm a citizen of United States of America. I haven't left, but because my life is so, more my life. I'm not clocking in on somebody else's clock and, doing the life thing. It's all about Charmaine now. I decided that I would just come back to Trinidad for a bit and go back and forth. I won't say I'm settled here. I do have a ID card here and a passport for here, but I have the same thing in America. So I would say I'm both places. Some things Trinidad offer me that America wouldn't. Some things America would offer me that Trinidad doesn't. So I have to keep doing both for now until I decide to pick one or the other. It hasn't, I don't want to get in trouble. Please don't email me and write me. I love my country. Trinidad has beautiful places still. It's just ruined by the crime and so on. But in the music industry, it has not really evolved as much as when I left. Because coming back here, trying to negotiate things and trying to get in to let the flow get the flow going, it's like I'm stepping back sometimes. So I just settle myself and said, okay, you're not in America. Just go with this flow. But it takes too long. And I mean that in every sense. It takes too long to get things done to where it needs to be and where I think Trinidad should have been by now. With all the technology and all the engineers and all the social media and all that, it's still behind the 8 ball a little bit for me. But there are good times, like everything else. Don't get me wrong, I love you, Trinidad. I need you. But that goes into context with the question. The biggest lesson that I've learned so far is to shut up, be silent, swallow, take things with a grain of salt, because nothing goes by your personal human timing. It goes really and truly by God's timing. So the lesson that I've learned is to let go of certain things. And you see the motion I'm making? Let things you can't change things. Just be comfortable with that and push on the best way you can and make it happen. Make it happen. Not to fuss too much, because I've been told that I fuss too much. And a few things happened to me since I've been here, which I'm not going to go into, that taught me a lesson of how to deal with difficult people that have not evolved to a level where, you can have a honest, comfortable back and forth and sit back and just let it go. I've learned to let go. It took a long time to answer that question, but yeah, the lesson is how to let go. But I'm loving it. I'm loving life. Living life like it's golden, That's my motto. Somebody told me once, because, I was getting a lot of flack from certain people and all that. And a very good friend of mine, Richard Kwame, Rastafarian, and he went to school with me. He said, Charmaine, remember that you are at a level where you have built yourself And God has placed you in that at that level. And it's not a level of I'm better than anybody else. It's just a level of a standard that I've built for myself, a boundary, if you want to put it that way. And he says, girlfriend, people don't throw stone at trees that don't bear fruit. Let that soak in for a second. So take your big stone. And I'm like, whoa. Now talk about a lesson you learned. That's a great lesson that I learned. They wouldn't talk about you or whether it's good or bad if you were not at a particular brand. That's a good word to use there, right? Yeah, if you're not a particular brand. People don't throw stones at trees that don't bear fruit. So I'm taking my big stone. I'm taking my big stone. I have a daughter, Christian. Wait a minute, Christian is going to be 30 in 2023. Wow. Oh my gosh. Bright, brilliant. She's born in the United States in West Palm Beach, and she's doing her thing, you know. I throw her in the deep and I said, handle your business, mama, handle your business. And she's very reliable, you know, she tries to make the best of things. I have a sister in California and a sister in Florida, and the rest of my family are here. I have one sister here in Trinidad and two brothers. And my mom, who's 93, and we're hoping to see her go to 94 February 2023. She is still with us. So I live in the house that I grew up in, which is in Gonzales. The hot spot, yeah, in the hood. Love it. And hoping to branch out on my own. You know, I'm good with living with people, but sometimes I'm not. So I want my space. I'm grateful for that, but I'll be moving out. I feel like a big girl when I say that. I'll be moving out of my house, but my mom and my brother lives in that house, and then my sister lives in Maracas, and my other brother lives in Sangre Grande. Normal childhood. I mean, mommy and daddy took us everywhere. The beach on the weekends, you know, we go and we play in the hollows. We climb up the trees, eat the fruit from the tree. I really can't say that I had a really trying childhood. Normal, you know, we were not a wealthy family. We're still not, but we made do on what we had to work with. We played the cards that were dealt. And, you know, mom taught us a lot of being independent and strong in what we believe in. And she really taught us right from wrong. And we went with that leadership. You know, she's a very strong woman. You know, to see her now, older now, and I tease her, I said, "Oh lady," and she says, "Who are you talking about?" You know, but she's still strong. My grandmother was a mighty power, you know, so we all have that power within us, especially the girls. So it's 6 of us. It's Jennifer, Anthony, Carol, Carlos, Charmaine, and Kathy Ann. Yeah, and we're all powerhouses. My brother is a mighty man in God, Carlos. Tony is still the party animal. Slow down a bit. Jenny is neither here nor there. She's pretty neutral, you know, living her life. Carol is the businesswoman. She has her boutique in California. Kathy Ann is retired with her husband, and she's just traveling and doing her thing. And I'm doing my thing. Doing Charmaine. Yeah. Living life like it's golden. I said that about a million times because I believe in it. Yeah, my mother was, I won't say, she used to, the way she used to carry herself and dress. So she will always dress us up. And I always wanted to be like my mom. I learned how to wear high heels from my mom. So I'll put on her high heels and walk and make that and practice. And I've never put down the high heels since then. But she used to tell us that you are who you are and never remove from it. So whenever we go out, she will introduce us as, this is Charmaine Forde, my daughter. This is Carol Forde, my daughter. This is Carlos Forde, my son. You know, so I've always used to think, why would she do that and introduce us in that way? So now we do the same thing, you know, because you're somebody. And I guess by saying that in the way she would do that, she would take us downtown and she would meet a friend and says, and if instead of saying, well, you know Charmaine, my daughter, she would say, this is Charmaine Forde, my daughter. And I always used to be like, why would she do that? But I realized why, because it gives us that status of you are somebody, you know, and you have a good name. So you live by that good name. So when people talk about you or see you, they would say, that's Charmaine Forde. That's such and such. That's, you know. So if that's a good memory, yeah. Regrets now or then?
No.
Regrets, maybe regrets that I dated some people. We're not going in that. We're not going down that road. Not much. No. I don't really say I have a lot of regrets. Regrets of doing things in the wrong timing. Although you knew when you were supposed to stop or go. But I don't have a lot of regrets because every action, every motion, every conversation, every way of looking at things is a lesson. And when you can recognize that, you will hardly have regrets. You know? I don't believe in the thing, you know, everything happens for a reason, because some of us take things on our own and do it and we were not supposed to do it, and we know for a fact we were not supposed to do it. So I don't believe in that thing, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens in a season. That I believe in. Because we know very well the things that we should not have done or get into. But we did it anyway. You know that old saying, you know, God just let you do you, but then eventually he comes back and says, okay, now do it. So no regrets really. To remember Charmaine Forde, that she is very loving. She is very professional in whatever she does, that she is very generous, that she is talented in a way where she uses her talent to give back. Whenever I sing or perform, I'm bringing joy to somebody else. Whenever I do praise and worship on the pulpit, I'm saving somebody's life, right? Because I'm influencing them to know the channel through the power of the Almighty Spirit. So remember me by, I'm generous to a fault. I'm extremely loving. I'm very professional. Intelligent enough to know how to guide you, how to steer you in the right direction. I'm always wanting to give back. So nothing is too much for me to give, legally of course. And I'm here to listen. I'm a good listener. I'm an interviewer, so I listen well. Thank you guys for having me here to experience this OMG moment. Oh my gosh. I really thought it was something different, but oh my gosh, this is, it's real. So I want to invite you again to my show, December 17th. Mark that date down. I know a lot is going on and you have a lot of things to do, but you will miss out on a real great show. Weekend of Jazz presents celebration time again this Christmas at the Government Plaza Downtown It's at 7 o'clock, $350 tickets, and the cast is amazing. Dane Gulston, Daniel Gulston, Marilyn Williams, Clifford Charles, Tony Paul, Los Amigos Cantadores, musicians, and myself. I don't think I missed anybody out. But Saturday, December 17th. And on Sundays, the Charmaine Forde show is on More FM 104.7. So don't miss that. This Sunday coming up, we have Janelle Penny Commission, and we have the Tajane Remy. Sorry, I always mess up her name. Tajane Remy. And the following Sunday, I have Sharon Rowley. You missed quite a few great guests. So from this Sunday forward, don't miss it. So I'll see you on Saturday, December 17th at Weekend of Jazz Celebration Time again this Christmas. Tickets are at P. Nouveau, which is on 13 Mucurapo Road in the Santa Maria Plaza. You can get your tickets there. Or you can get your tickets at Bolan Amar Complex on Tragarete Road, entrance on Polkery Street. So 625-3623 and 628-0162, 628-4073. Remember the numbers, I hope I got them right. But just go and be my friend on Charmaine Forde on Facebook, and you'll see all the posts of everything that's coming up. So thank you. OMG, thank you.